Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have a cruise ship that literally hours before it's supposed to set sail, canceled the entire cruise and the cruise for the following day, as well as it was picking up passengers in two different ports. It has technical issues. We also have Cunard is now going to start charging people. That's right, the high class, first class luxury liners are going to start charging for room service, but only for certain cabins. We'll see which cabins those are. We had another, believe it or not, another cruise ship broke its moorings and had the gangway collapse and fall to the side of the ship. This time in Ketchikan, Alaska. And then we have Carnival Cruise Line also coming out and having to clarify exactly what they mean by fans and where the fans are banned and what kind of fans they are. We're talking handheld fans, and their statement left a lot of people just confused. So first off, let's talk about the MSE Orchestra, and she had a fire on board, very slight fire in an engineering department, and caused a lot of smoke in that area. It was quickly put under control. There was no danger to any guests at any time or the crew. Nobody was reported injured. That's the good news. It's currently on a Mediterranean sailing. Well, because of this, they need to go into port now and fix the issues and make sure that everything's okay and it's not going to restart a fire or anything like that. So because they are now currently pulled into Genoa, and they have just sent out a message, like this happened on their way to Genoa, and they had to send out a message to all the passengers who were boarding there that their next cruise was canceled and they would not be allowed to board there. Also, the following day they were supposed to be in Marseille, and that people boarding there is also canceled. Now, if you don't know, MSC does this thing where it's allotted, normally if you go to a cruise, it's okay, it's a round trip from Rome, or Rome to Athens, that kind of thing. Well, this, MSC does things slightly different. They have, sailings around to different ports, and you can get off or on at these different ports depending on where you book to embark or disembark. So you can embark on a 7-day cruise in Marseille and end up getting off in Genoa, that kind of thing, or you can return to, Marseille. But yeah, hours before the cruise, they ended up canceling it, and as this happened yesterday, I believe, and as you can see, they're still in port in Genoa, no plans to leave until the ship is shipshape, shall we say. So yeah, very disappointing news for anybody who was ready to book that cruise. They don't go into specifics about refunds. Obviously, there's going to be refunds, but if there's any extra compensation or any onboard credit, no word from the cruise line yet on that. Next, let's talk about another gangway as the moorings broke on the Holland America Westerdam in Ketchikan. This is the third ship in a week that broke its moorings. Now again, luckily, nobody was injured on this particular one. So far we're 1 in 3 with injuries. Still no report on how the woman was doing who actually went in on the Norwegian Epic when that one broke its moorings and the gangway fell. She went into the water and ended up in hospital. No word on her injuries yet. However, the Westerdam, yeah, it ended up postponing again for a while. They had to wait for it to be safe to remoor the ship, etc. And it's becoming worrisome that so many ships now, normally 1 or 2 a season, we've had 3 in a week, and it just makes you wonder: are we just getting these surprise gusts that are coming up? Or are they trying to dock in weather that is just too strong and probably shouldn't be docking at that particular time? We'll have to wait and see if this kind of trend continues. Hopefully not. It's very scary that so many have happened in the last little while. Next we have Cunard. And Cunard has long been considered that white glove service, right? It's the very rich kind of thing. Like that's how we feel when we think of Cunard. We think black tux, etc., dressing up all the time, really traditional cruising, first class service, etc. That's what we think of when we think of Cunard. Well, one of the things that used to be, as like many cruise lines now, free room service. Well, that's going away, but only for certain cabin types. The Britannia and the Britannia Club cabins, which are inside ocean view and balcony. You will still be able to get breakfast before 10 a.m. served to your room. However, after 10 a.m., there'll be charges varying by what you're ordering, not just a flat fee, depending on what you're ordering. So yeah, you're gonna have to be careful when you're ordering room service now if you're in one of those categories. Now, if you're in the Princess Grill or the Queen's Grill cabins, those are more expensive, those are suite class, etc. The room service is still complimentary, but as across almost all cruise lines now, you're getting that free room service is only if you get perks, right? If you buy Princess Plus, you get free room service. Otherwise, you're paying, like on Royal Caribbean, you're paying for services. It's a growing trend across most cruise lines, and now Cunard, well, they've joined the fray, shall we say. And finally, let's talk about Carnival Cruise Line, who put out an announcement saying that you are no longer allowed to bring portable fans, like handheld fans, onto the dance floor in any of their clubs or nightclubs or inside places. They are touting that this could be a danger to other dancers. You could poke somebody in the eye with it, you could hit them in the face, that kind of thing. They don't want injuries, so they banned these handheld fans. Now, the confusion is, what kind of fans? Are they the electric fans? The ones that you hold here and do this? Are they the misters that you can buy? Like some misters are this big. I've seen them at Disney World like this. What kind of, are they the wristband ones that you can put on your wrist that you can do it? The ones that you can put on your forehead on a hat? Are those the kind? Or are they like the Asian, what you would think of the Asian with the flamenco dancers, and not like the big fold-out fans, right? Well, Carnival has come by and they've clarified it. They have clarified that it is only the fold-out type fans that can, range from this big to this big, right? Gigantic fans. And some people tend to have huge ones. And then if you're out there on the dance floor doing this, and it's a crowded dance floor, and the lights are flashing, etc., you may not see it, and you could get one of those fans in the corner of the eye, that sort of thing, and cause an injury. So Carnival is banning those portable fans. Another thing on the ban list that we all have to be aware of, let me know in the comments down below, is it concerning? Is it concerning that we now have 3 ships in a week that the moorings have broke loose? Do you think this is going to be a trend this year? As we are expecting, remember, a really high weather year. We're expecting a lot of bad weather this year, according to the National Weather Service. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.